So if you're getting the dreaded technical fault 7 bracket 33 or technical fault 10 on your Sky box recordings, and here's what you can do to buy some time, because what this fault means is that your box is dying. It's probably the hard drive, but it could be other components in the box as well as the hard drive. Basically it means your hard drive's dying, but you can buy time. The problem with this fault is that it will make it virtually impossible to watch viewings. Every 5 minutes, that's what I was experiencing. Every 5 minutes it would pause, a glitch, freeze for a second, stall with sound going off. So here's the solution to what you need to do. But first I'll give you an example of the error I'm experiencing, or was experiencing, that I've partially solved, because you can't totally eliminate the error because your box is dying, your hard drive is dying, so all you can do is buy some time. So this is what the error is like. Let's play it.
Here is.
There. That's the error. Now the sound will go.
I would repeat this line.
Yeah. That's the glitch. Sound gone.
This was okay for me.
And this is what happens every 5 minutes on some programs. Basically it's the sign of your hard drive's dying. So what's the solution? Well, first thing, if your Sky HD box is full or you got less than 5% free, then you need to delete a lot of stuff. As a minimum, to aid the recovery process, you need at least, I think, 15%, but the more free space the better. So go back and delete all the junk that you're never going to watch. So this is what you do. Basically what I'm going to do is a Sky Planner rebuild, which will not affect your recordings that you've got, but will sort of defragment your hard drive. So this is what you do to rebuild your planner. You get your remote. Can you see the remote? You press Services, then point it at the, make sure you're pointing at a Sky box, otherwise it's not going to work. Then press 0, 0, 1, then select, and it'll go to the installer menu, and then you just go to rebuild, Sky Plus rebuild, select it. So this will take a few minutes to complete, and the rebuild, stop all recording and just reboot. So click select to confirm, and there it's rebuilding the planner. Now what it will do is reboot the system and go into standby mode, and that's where you should leave it for at least 5 minutes, but preferably 10, because the hard drive is spinning while it's in standby mode, which I presume is sort of defragmenting the hard drive. So don't switch it back on. Instead wait. Give it a good 10 minutes now. It's now 1 AM. So it's not gone into standby mode yet. It's just rebooting. This will help towards the problem. It won't solve it because your hard drive is dying, but it will help. Instead of glitches happening every 5 minutes, they might happen, say, every half hour, which is livable. But it will get worse because, you know, it is dying. So it's time to buy a new Sky HD box. So the TV's gone off, but it's not going in standby yet. Basically has to be off. Then I'm going to leave it for 10 minutes. When I restart it, it should work. We've got a green light. I want to see, you know, the standby light. Oh, there we go. That's the standby light. Let's move that. It's 1 AM, 101. It takes a couple of minutes. Yeah, I can still feel the hard drive spinning inside. You can even hear the clicks. So it is doing something. It is defragmenting the hard drive. So leave it off. Leave it in this position. Don't touch the remote for at least 10 minutes. Preferably longer. Leave it for longer. 20 minutes, because it's still whirling inside the hard drive. I don't know if you can hear it. I can hear it, I can feel it. So leave it in that state for 20 minutes and then we'll switch it on. And that will be your planner rebuilt, and hopefully the glitches will have reduced. So the steps are this. First, you need to make space, delete to at least 15%, but the more the better. You know, if you can delete 50%, that would be great, but I don't know. I just delete it to 18%. And then you do the sequence of pressing services 001, select, then in the installer menu, then go to rebuild planner, and then rebuild the planner. Once it's rebooted, leave it in this state for at least 10 minutes. I only left it for 3 minutes, so I'm going to leave it for another 7 or 8 minutes, and then we'll restart the skybox. It's now 1:12 AM, so I've left it off for a good 10 minutes. Time to turn it on. Here we go. Green light's on. TV's come on. Should go straight into the Sky advertising channel.
And then press.
There we go. Okay, let's go to planner. Yes, planner. There we go. Yep, all the recordings are there. So that's how you rebuild your planner. And like I said, it's basically a temporary fix, temporary solution. So you want to first make sure you've deleted quite a bit. You want to have at least 15% free. I've got 18%. The more free the better. And then you defragment the hard drive, which means leaving it in standby mode for a good 10 minutes. The longer the better, I think. And there it is, working. So if this has, for me, worked for you, then that's great. But if not, you can go to the next step, which is to perform a new installation, which should keep all your recordings, and which I will cover in the next video in this series. Again, these fixes are all temporary and just buying you time to make up your mind of which new box to get, because your hard drive box is dying. You know, it's dying. I don't know how much time it's going to buy you. Might be a few months, could be a few weeks, but if this doesn't work for you and you still keep getting glitches every few minutes, every 5 minutes or 4 minutes, then go to the next step, the next video, which is for a new installation which should keep all your recordings. You know, it can't be 100%, but it should. Usually it does. So that's the next step, which I'll cover in my next video, new installation. So far, touch wood, my experience is that the glitches are still there, but the frequency is reduced. So once every 4 or 5 minutes is now maybe once every half hour, which is livable. So that's my current state of this Sky HD box. That is a few years old, several years old, maybe 4 years. I think it's 4 years old, quite old. So do check out my next video if you want to try a new installation as a temporary fix. Hopefully I can get another good number of months out of this before I have to buy a Sky Q. No point getting another HD box, might as well go for the Sky Q, which apparently allows you to record, you know, several more channels at the same time. That's probably one of the bonuses. Also 4K, supports 4K video channels. Obviously you need a 4K TV, which this is not. It's got all the little bits and bobs, bells and whistles on it, so you can pause in one room and resume in another room if you've got multi-channel. But anyway, that's for the next upgrade once the box is dead. Obviously you lose all your recordings, you can't take all your recordings with you. So there you have it. That's how to get your Skybox working to overcome the dreaded technical failure 7 error message. Yeah, there it is. Technical fault 733. There's also a technical fault 10. Use this for both. There's a temporary fix. It does work. I can testimony to that because it was freezing every 5 minutes, glitches making it unwatchable. Now it's once every half hour, which is livable, especially if the glitch happens during a break, which is good timing. My experience is they usually happen during the beginning of a program and then half an hour later. Anyway, I'll see how long I can keep going with this old Sky HD box. If not, then it's step 2, and there's also a step 3 which I'll cover in my third video.